Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Now, if you're interested in videography or photography, you're in the right place. I bring you along on walks and hikes, giving you practical tips and advice on how you can improve your videos and photos. So if this is something that you're interested in, consider subscribing. But for now, let's jump into the video. Okay, so we're out again in the British countryside. We're in Woburn Sands today, my favourite place in the whole of Bedfordshire. Going to my usual forest. Today I'm going to be putting together a cinematic video, and the cinematic title of this video is going to be called Pure Nature. So that's kind of where we're heading. Got the drone with me today. We are definitely sending that up, so if you're interested in drone flying, stay around for that. But let's start walking off and see what we can find. As you can see, there's a bit of frost on the floor today, but we've got a beautiful day of sunshine ahead. So I've just come across this glorious shot here. Have a look at this. So what we're going to do, we're going to get the tripod and camera set up and run you through the settings. Let's go. Okay, so we've got the tripod all set up here, and that's the shot we're going for. I'm going to run you through the settings like I always do first off, just so people that don't understand manual settings can get a gist of it. As with always, we start with ISO and we lower that to the lowest setting. In this case, it's 125. Now I'm going to lower the aperture until the image starts to appear, just to give us a rough guide where we are. So about F9, but I'm just going to lower the shutter speed to double our recording frame rate, which is 30 frames per second. So we need a shutter speed of 1/60th. So with an aperture of F9, we're exposed, just slightly overexposed, but that's all right. And ISO of 125. I'm not too sure at the minute whether to leave the tree in here and this post. I've got a zoom lens on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do different focal lengths and take different shots and see which one comes out the best. But let's see how this comes out. So this isn't a bad start to the day, a nice little video clip. Unfortunately, I'm not happy with the post and the way it's getting lost in the background there. I really want that post to stand out a little bit more and be a point of interest. So let's zoom past this post and past the tree and see how that comes out next. And yeah, I really like this. I love the layers and the way the mist in the background there. It's a very still clip, so it almost looks like a photo, but hey, that's not a bad thing. Let's zoom out again and see if we can get that post in the shot also. Well, as you can see, we've got the post now, but we've got a really distracting piece of branch there hanging down into the shot, distracting the view. Let's try moving the tripod around a bit and getting this lined up a bit better. Well, that's almost there. Just a little bit heavy on the right hand side, so I'm just going to zoom in just a touch to balance the shot out a bit. And there we go. We could use this clip with the zoomed in clip now and just add a little bit of digital zoom in post to really draw in the viewer, just like so. So hopefully there you could see how by just changing our composition slightly makes huge differences. It's really important that you take your time when setting up your compositions, and if you're unsure, get a few different shots, then you're covered. But let's crack on and see what else we can find. Okay, so I've just come across my next shot, and it's going to be this area here. We're going to zoom right in. I require this single tree to be in the shot, but there's something I don't want in the shot. Let me just show you this. I don't want all this messy stuff to the right here in the shot. So we're going to punch in over there and see how we get along. Oh, the joys of setting up a tripod. I swear I must set up a tripod 20 to 30 times on every walk I go on. But it's a piece of equipment I couldn't do without. Okay, so I've dialed in the settings here. We've got an ISO of 125, aperture of f8, shutter speed, double hour recording frame rate, so 1/60th. We're dead on exposed, the camera's saying, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to raise the ISO slightly, because it does look like it's slightly underexposed on the image. So there we go, +3 now, and that will be fine. So let's take the shot and see how this one comes out. As you can see, there's little pockets of mist. Some places are completely clear and others are really dense. This is one of them shots I'm really unsure about. I'm not sure if it works or not. What do you think to it? Comment below and let me know. Okay, so while it's still a little bit foggy out before all the fog burns off from the sun, I'm going to go out of the woods and get the drone up in the air and see what we can capture from the drone. Let's see how this goes. So I'm using the DJi MAVIC Air 2, and as soon as I take off I notice there's mist in the distance. Now, to avoid missing this, I leave the camera in complete auto mode and just press record, and this is how it come out. Yep, so this is complete auto mode from the MAVIC Air 2. I just didn't want to miss the shot. All I'd done was lock the exposure off so the camera didn't adjust itself mid-flight. And to say I'm happy with the results is an understatement. I was so happy when I got back I actually released this as its own separate video, which I'll link above. Comment below what you think about it. So we've ended up here again. This is where I filmed the dream capture cinematic video I'd done. This place never fails to deliver. Look behind me and have a look at what's coming through with the sun rays. I reckon if we're patient here, just head round the corner and get in the angle of the sun, there may be something a little bit special about to happen. Fingers crossed. Well, I waited, but today it wasn't to be. Still got some nice shots out of it, but it didn't go how I expected. Sometimes it goes for you, but normally it goes against you, especially when you're filming outside. So I waited here about half hour. I was hoping that the rays would come through the trees and maybe lift a little bit of frost off the floor into fog and really get them nice sun rays. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. I think the sun was too intense and burnt off the fog really quickly. But as I always say in my other videos, patience is key, and let's fingers crossed we carry on and hopefully we can find something else. Well, today definitely wasn't meant to be. The lighting changed and you just got to know when to stop. Well, this was going to be the conclusion to the video, but whilst I was editing this very video, I thought it'd be a great opportunity to show you how we can start putting our clips together into a sequence to make our cinematic video. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Now, this isn't the final version by any stretch of the imagination. I've just literally thrown this together to show you how we can start putting them together. But here's a quick example, and I hope you enjoy it. Well, that's going to bring this episode to an end. I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember, there's nothing in the rule book that says you cannot take as many compositional shots as you like. So when you find a good shot, don't just settle for one. Move around, different focal lengths, different heights, different angles, and nail it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see further videos from myself, hit that subscribe button. But for now, that's it. We'll catch up in the next video. See you soon, guys.